Well, the chairman of Tennessee's American Legion Legislative Committee plans on pushing for change after seeing our Community Watchdog investigation into VA discipline.
Yeah, he called Nate Morabito's findings horrifying.
You will hear from him shortly. We found internal investigations that substantiated the disrespect and abuse of Mountain Home VA patients. Cases where management punished the employees but let them keep their jobs. Our latest review of federal records suggests the VA had the authority to fire some of those people, but chose not to. What was your reaction about what we found?
Very disturbing.
If the allegations of abuse weren't shocking enough, Bob Hensley says the discipline handed down by the VA in those 3 cases left him just as bothered. What do you think about the fact that some of those people kept their jobs?
Well, I was horrified.
Hensley is a member of the American Legion National Legislative Commission, a group that meets annually with federal lawmakers in Washington, D.C. He knows the acts of some don't reflect the majority of the people who work at Mountain Home, but he says their punishment does reflect the VA's lack of accountability.
That has to change. That is one of the things we'll be discussing in February.
Do you feel like overall you all have handled discipline appropriately?
I believe that we handle discipline appropriately.
Mountain Home officials have maintained discipline isn't meant to punish employees,
but to change their behaviors.
The VA relies on a progressive table of penalties that takes into account the seriousness of the act and the employee's history.
They don't continue to work here if their behavior doesn't change.
In the 3 abuse cases we found, federal records suggest Mountain Home could have just reprimanded the employees. The agency also could have removed them. Instead, management landed somewhere in between, issuing multi-day suspensions, a penalty consistent with other employees who committed the offense for the first time.
They just need to work for somebody else. They don't need to be serving veterans.
Congressman Phil Rowe told us the VA should have fired those employees.
A 3-day suspension is obviously not going to work.
Hensley says he agrees. One of his priorities the next time he goes to Washington will be to voice his concerns.
Changing the rules about how we can discipline those who do these horrific things to our veterans.
A bill that would make it easier for the VA to fire employees and speed up the disciplinary process is now in the hands of the U.S. Senate. Nate Morabito, News Channel 11, in your corner.
Public records suggest union represented all 3 employees involved in those abuse cases and advocated for lesser punishments. The employees did not have any past disciplinary action and have not had any problems since. That's according to the VA.